Hi, everybody. Welcome to Source Inspired Speaking. I'm Nathan, and today I'm excited to bring through a message that's a little bit different than what I usually do. Even the energy coming through was different, a different vibration. I could tell right away, and I don't want to say too much before the message. I want you to hear the message first, and then I kind of talk about it afterwards. So please sit back, remove yourself from any distractions, listen to these words. I'll check back in with you after the message. Hello. Thank you for joining us here today. Today we wish to speak to you about the changes that are happening upon your planet right now. You see, whether you realize it or not, there is a huge shift taking place. Many humans upon your planet are beginning to see things clearly for the first time. People are starting to realize what's important to them, starting to appreciate some of the things that they once had. They're turning away from many of those who would deceive them. People are realizing that just having TV and movies to distract them is not what is important in life. People are realizing that their freedom is much more important, that seeking the truth is much more important. And in this, a huge shift is happening across all of humanity. Because once you get past the deception of the world that you thought you lived in, one that was created in the mind for you by others, by repeating their message over and over again, to the point where you accepted it as fact because you see the same message over and over. Even if your heart told you something else was true, your mind created this world, this filter through which you had an obscured vision of what was really happening upon your planet. And we have been watching this change, watching this shift to see exactly how it would play out. And we hope that you realize that you are entering one of the best case scenarios for transitioning your world right now into the place that many of you dreamed of. And this can only happen by getting past the deception, seeing the truth of what is happening, and then using this information to make the changes that you truly desire. You see, before you were trying to make changes upon this planet based on a lie. But as the truth reveals itself, you also find your own power. Because what you are realizing is that the many who wish for the same things are stronger than the few who do not. You are realizing that your freedom is much more important than sometimes even your safety. Because to give up freedom for safety is to live in fear. And yet even this perceived safety is a fallacy. Because when you realize the strength of who you are, when the truth can no longer be suppressed, you realize that there was much less danger in the world than you once thought. This has been happening across your planet for a few years now. But this latest incident, this pandemic as you call it, it's really bringing the message to a new group of people. Because when you are forced to give up certain things, and you are forced to see your life through new eyes, everything shifts. Your priorities change. Your understanding of the world changes. When enough of humanity reaches that point, you'll see a shift upon this planet like you've never seen before. The few will no longer control the many. You'll see much more justice upon your planet. And from that, you will find more peace. Now, we are not saying that your world becomes what many of you would think of as the perfect place. People will still argue and fight. Things are not going to instantly become this heaven scenario. But things do get better. We come forth with this message now because we believe that the energy flowing in that direction is so strong that we do not see it shifting. You see, when someone talks about the future, they can only read the flow of the energy, the probabilities. But you've reached such a mass awakening point across your planet now that some new level of freedom, some major shift upon your planet is almost inevitable. The important thing is for you to stay focused, for you to understand that there is a shift happening. And we don't want to give you too much information because we don't want to influence the way you see things. This needs to be your truth, your reality, not an outside perspective. But great things are happening. We want you to have faith and to stay hopeful, to really continue to seek the truth, to look beyond the lies, to see what is really happening, and then to embrace this new truth, even if it's not comfortable at first, if it feels right, if somewhere deep down in your heart you know that it's true. Explore that feeling. Explore that truth. And a whole new reality opens up for you. As humanity shifts, know that you are supported by Mother Earth, who actually started the transition before many of you did. See, Nathan has spoken before about levels of consciousness, and each one of you is connected to the Earth's consciousness. So understand that as the Earth has taken this time to heal, to recover, to clear out pollution, so too has the fog and smog been lifted from your eyes. The Earth cleaning itself up and you seeing your truth go hand in hand. Because you are connected, you are one. So as you go forth, stay connected to the earth. Seek out the truth and understand that something great is coming for all of you. We thank you for letting us bring this message to you, and we send you our love always. So that was really interesting for me because it's a different energy than what I usually bring through. And when I went into this message, I really focused upon connecting with a higher power, like a God message. But I also was thinking about, before I went into the trance, how would other beings see this world? And I've been told by some people that I'm connected to the Pleiadians, and I don't know, I'm exploring that truth. So I don't want to come through and say anything absolutely yet because I'm still exploring. But it was interesting that as I thought about these things, a different vibration of energy came through and a different kind of message from what I usually bring through. And, part of me thinks that I was seeing and feeling something from possibly Pleiadian energy or some being that I feel like exists within physical space in some sense, but is also separate and can see the energy of our world shifting. So it was a unique experience for me, and it was, I think, a powerful message. And it really makes sense that, humanity healing and seeing truth and Mother Earth healing go hand in hand because we are connected. And I'm really excited to see where this goes. I hope that this is a hopeful message for you. I hope it makes you think about things a little differently. I hope it helps you to not believe anything that you just hear, to really feel it and to understand, what is going on in this world, because you can focus on creating just for yourself and create an amazing life and experience. But you can also choose to focus upon more connected levels of consciousness, those of humanity, those of the earth. And it's a different experience, but it also can, I think, help raise the whole as you raise your consciousness, as you explore within these different levels, and you find that place of joy. I think it brings everyone up with you and exposes things that you really wouldn't be comfortable with if you understood that they were there. And I think that's where we are as a humanity. I think that we're starting to realize the importance of our freedom and of finding the truth and of protecting our health and seeing the earth heal, and all these things I think are starting to stand out, and I think we're heading in the right direction. So I hope you found this message helpful. I hope that it makes you think about things a little differently. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe and hit the bell so you know of any upcoming messages. If you can love that like button for me, it really helps me out. And this is a great time to explore those other levels of consciousness. And, that's what I did here today, I believe, in channeling a different vibration than I normally do, is seeing what else is out there, what other truth can be explored. And it's exciting for me. I hope it is for you too. So I thank you all for listening. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye.